Hey, what's up, guys? I am recovering now, and we just took a nap after running that marathon today. It was our first marathon ever, and it was really hard, and we did it. We did it, and I couldn't believe it because it was really hard, and harder than I thought it would be. I knew it would be difficult because I never run more than 17 miles in my life. And even when I ran the 17 miles, I broke it into half. I ran 8 or 9 in the morning, 8 in the morning, 9 at night. So 26 at one time was literally one of the hardest things I've ever done. One of the hardest things I've ever done. I'm not kidding. And I want to say hello and thank you to everybody who encouraged me. You guys know about my journey. Some of you knew. If you don't, I used to have a lot more weight on me, and now I'm feeling very good. And G-Thang says, did you come in last? Shit, I probably did, but I didn't care about what place I came in. I just, I think 0.5% of the population runs a marathon, and that, that's the one thing I kind of hold on to, and that kind of got me feeling good about the experience. But it was really hard. It was really painful. Let me acknowledge some of you. Feel free to shout out your city. Angel, Melissa Ward, Margaret, Bent, Ashley Wilson. Hello, Ashley. I got a cousin named Ashley Wilson. Are you my cousin? She ran herself fit. Hey, Felicia's here, babe. Sandy. Well, get down, Doc. Melissa World, hello. Hello, Angel. Hello, Merciful Lord. 6 minutes of fruit. Super Mike, what's going on? John Diop, how long did it took? I don't even know, man. I didn't really want to run for time because I didn't want that pressure. To me, I used to dream about running a marathon. I used to really think about it, like, I wonder if I could run a marathon. And I was like, shit, I don't even running 3 miles was like brutal. So thinking about running a marathon just was like out of reach. For literally the first 2 years I was running, a marathon was like some shit that I just figured other people could do. And Alicia taught me into it, and we ran for a domestic violence shelter down in Inglewood, which is a black neighborhood here in Chicago. And we were supposed to raise a certain amount of money. We weren't able to raise any money. I didn't have time, but I'll probably end up writing them a check. But it's okay because I support the cause. I like what they do because they also focus on keeping the whole family together and helping everybody heal, not just one side, versus the other. I think families are important for black people, and so that's why I support them. Oh, look at that. Yeah, did y'all see that there's a black woman who won the race today who set the world record in the marathon? In fact, 3 black women made world history today. This lady in the marathon broke the record by 81 seconds, which was like, whoa. Coco Gauff was the youngest winner of, I don't know if she won the Wimbledon. I got to go double check, but she won a major tournament. And then there was, and her time was 2:14, babe. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Look at the male champion.
Look at that. Look at that. The Kenyans always win all that shit. The Kenyans, they can't fuck with the Kenyans. They don't know what to do with that melanin.
How beautiful she is.
I mean, Kipchoge yesterday ran a marathon under 2 hours, which they consider to be impossible. And here this sister ran the fastest for women in history, 2:14. Hey, Felicia, if you're watching, how many minutes per mile is that? That's got to be what, a 5 minute? I think a 5 minute mile, babe, is like 2:10. Yeah, so we're watching it on the news. Let me show you guys.
Look at her. Look at Voice up with us.
Oh, we were one of the bobbleheads in the crowd.
Oh.
These runners are some badass people.
Look
boy.
at her. Even this guy is awesome.
Oh, that's awesome too.
To roll his way through. Shoot.
Yeah. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Chelsea.
Wait, she's a wheelchair?
Y'all want to see my medal? Check it out. Look
He's
at
a
that.
wheelchair champion.
Bling,
She
bling,
can walk.
bitches. Look at that. It says at the bottom, it says, I am a marathoner. Did you read the medal, baby?
No, does it say that?
Yeah, it says, I am a marathoner.
There you go. Claim it, boys.
Yeah.
Right.
I finished that shit. I'm a hold. That's. I'm gonna
finished
take
it.
great pride in that. That shit. She got her medal on. I think that's cool. Like, I just thought it was cool to run it with you. You know.
It was cool. It was intense running that with you. Boy.
Man, running a marathon with your woman will test your relationship. I think I really got mad at you today.
I know you did.
I think I really got
okay.
mad at you today. When we get mad, it's only temporary anger. It's not. It didn't
permanent.
There's Simone Biles. Look at her.
Look at her. Oh gosh.
She's the most decorated gymnast ever now, as of today. And it's crazy. I feel bad for. I feel bad for Gabby Douglas.
Gabby Douglas was the gateway.
She was a gateway, but she didn't
for
want to
it
be the
all.
gateway. She didn't want to be the godfather
That's what she wanted.
of gymnastics.
She
Yeah,
embraced that.
Gabby's like, I'm too young to be, gymnast emeritus. Like, Gabby is pissed. I bet. In fact, did you ever see where they were showing how Gabby's facial expressions when Simone won stuff?
You know what? That's.
I don't think. I don't
go.
think that Gabby was happy about Simone because I feel
should have been.
because Gabby was getting so much attention, book deals, all kinds of
She
stuff.
had a movie. Did you see her movie?
Nobody saw the movie because
I saw the movie.
everybody was talking about
It
Simone
was
Biles.
so good. She had a movie out.
And you know what else bothers me about a lot of this stuff is all these stories are like, didn't she also like get raised by white people?
No, she did not get raised by white people.
No, her mama sent her to somebody to live.
Yeah, because
yes, she did.
No.
Her mama didn't do all of that. Her mama.
But see, she was limited, and so she had to. There's host families that were host Olympic potentials, and she just stayed.
They
with
adopt
the host,
talented
they did
Negroes.
she just stayed with the host family. You have to watch the movie. The Gabby Douglas movie.
She thinks it's surrogate family.
Yeah.
Amanda says she lived with her coaches. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of.
You have to. When you get to a certain level, you have to make that sacrifice.
Why can't she live with her mom and go to practice every day like everybody else?
Because she had to be in this certain.
That's
city.
what Antonio Brown did. Antonio Brown lived with his mama and went to football practice.
No, but they don't have to be an Olympian. You have to be in a certain area. That meant the mom would have had to uproot.
I just really, I just kind of feel like there's a ideology that people have that being connected to white people is like the key to upward mobility. Like, did y'all see with Tamron Hall? You know what? Check this out, baby. I saw Tamron Hall and how she was responding to that black judge that hugged the white lady after she shot the black man.
How did she respond?
She was very much like, well, we should have compassion and this and that. Right? So because people were challenging her shit, right? And here's the thing. I said, oh, that's right. Tamron Hall married the white guy. And I said, I bet you that there's a reason why Tamron just got that new show. And I said, I bet you he's not like a regular dude. I bet he's not like a mailman or a doctor or a lawyer. He's probably somebody that can help her career. He's probably in the industry. And lo and behold, he represented Will Smith when he became the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He represented Will. And the same thing's true. Look at Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris was dating like these men that could help her boost her career. Her husband is like a power broker. Like, I think that's the game. Meghan Markle, her husband's like, I think that's kind of what it is, right? Or in fact, actually, when that lady, there was a black lady who won. What did she do? She they were talking about this black executive who took Roseanne off the air. They were like, oh, a black woman called the shot. She took Roseanne off the air. I said in my head, I bet she's married to a white man. I looked that shit up. She's married to a white man who's in the fucking industry. Like, that becomes the key. Melody Hobson, married to George Lucas. Like, I think that's what you see like a lot of people seeing like connectedness to whiteness as being like a gateway to success. No different from the way you see black men who become successful feeling like they want to marry Becky.
Yeah, but Becky's not that successful.
Well, Becky's not successful.
Not that
right. But there's a different.
She ain't really that successful.
Right. There's a difference.
Is it?
Right. There's a different set of reasons, I imagine. But at the same time, I think some of it is driven. It might be driven by what that person can do for you. On some level, whether even if it's sexual, right? Or it's also good. But listen, hold on. It could also be driven by your disdain for the black woman or your disdain for the black man. I've seen a lot of guys who will only date white women, and you ask them about, why don't you date a black woman? They're like, these black women, they gold diggers, they this, they ratchet, they this, that, and the other. And they feel like their status means they can't have a black woman next to them. They need a woman who knows how to conduct herself in certain spaces. And so I think it's just kind of like, I don't know, I kind of feel like
I don't buy that. I think that is such an excuse.
It's some bullshit excuse. It's stupid.
Because I know dozens, hundreds of women black women who are absolutely beautiful and know how to conduct themselves.
I agree. But there are lots of men who unfortunately believe the opposite. And Tamron Hall, I don't think it's a coincidence that Tamron Hall married this white dude and she got her show. And then also, if you pay attention, she has compassion for white people and the black woman. Support for that, but I think that she has an issue with black men. Most black women I know, because I had a girlfriend like that in college, and I remember I analyzed her. I was her only black boyfriend that she ever had. She eventually married a white man who was like a NASCAR driver or some shit like that. What the fuck is that, right? But I remember that she hated black men. Like she was really, and it started with her father. Like she hated her father. She hated her stepfather. She had no respect for black men. She thought black men were trifling. And I would hear her say things about black men that were very negative.
I think your experiences are shaped by your beliefs. If you believe that a black man is all that, then that's the type of black man you're going to attract. I never believed
or some of your beliefs can be shaped by your experiences. I think that can happen.
Well, I think it's your beliefs come first. If what's the chicken and egg? I think it's what you believe that comes first.
It could be.
Because that's what you put out there, and that's what you attract.
It could be. But all of us have had shitty experiences with black people.
Yeah,
I know I have.
I've had shitty experiences too, but I refuse to let that enter my core belief.
It's about how you.
And what it does, it serves me because I don't believe that about black men. You know how.
Well, a lot of it comes down to how you process the information. But remember, you also had a really strong father for a very long time. I mean, you had your challenges, but you had a great dad who picked you up, took you in every summer, paid child support on time, was always there, was smart. He was a professor like me. Like that played a part in the fact that subconsciously, I think that's why you're attracted to me as a professor. Because I know a lot of women who think professors are nerds. They don't want to be with they want to be with a thug, or they want to be with some guy, some fast talking, slick talking nigga who with gator shoes on. You know what I mean? Like it really comes down to like what your first experience was. Like my mother was a social worker. It's not a coincidence. My mother was actually a light-skinned social worker. You're a light-skinned social worker. Like seriously, like
Freud would have a field day with your ass.
Oh yeah, I think Freud. I don't even think you gotta.
He was on to something.
You didn't gotta be Freud to see that shit. So anyway, let me see. I'm so proud of you both, says Melvin. Thank you, Melvin, man. I appreciate it. I am. What's your course name? Trying to get started. Oh, you know what, Jessica? I'm sorry. I think I saw a question earlier. Here's what you can do. Go to theblackbusinessschool.com. That's theblackbusinessschool.com. Tell them that I sent you, and they'll give you a discount. We have a lot of we cover everything related to business and money. So basically, that's what we focus on. We focus on business and money and black people. That's what we do. That's what we do very well. We have PhDs. We have attorneys. We have real estate experts. We have people that can build independent black businesses. We have a lot of great people that you can learn from. So feel free to go to theblackbusinessschool.com, and we've got really great options there. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's better than college. Like I can comfortably say that what we offer is better than a university. In fact, we give a guarantee that if you take a class on our platform or in our space in the Black Business School, and you don't feel that it's better than any class you ever took in college, you just let us know. We'll give you your money back. We'll give you a refund. Like that's how confident we are. Because you guys know I was a college professor for 25 years. Cameron, should you write a finance book with a running type theme? I thought about that, Cameron. Nothing really came to mind. I really have a hard time processing it in that way. I have another book I'm working on about, codes of conduct, economic codes of conduct within our families to build businesses. But I don't really have an idea on how I can integrate running into, my foot. Woo!
No, is it hurting?
Integrate that into financial, a little bit. Is that coffee ready?
It is ready.
I would like a sip. We're about to go in 1 second, guys. Please hit the Can you hit the thumbs up button, please? Hit the thumbs up button and the notification bell so you'll be notified when we go live. We're about to drive out of here. We got to drive all the way back to the crib. I want to say thanks to you guys for. Let me just tell you guys this, man. When I was running, and I got to mile 15.
Yeah.
And I just was like, what the fuck, man? I mean, it was very uncomfortable for me. and I was hitting like no man's land, and I really didn't know. I just couldn't get the like my. It's like weird. It's like your body does stuff you've never felt before. Like I wasn't even so much tired. My legs were just locked up. My legs could not. Walking was started to hurt. Even when I would stop and walk, running was fucking brutal. Walking was painful, and I remember the thing that pushed me, the thing that I channeled to get through it was my late grandmother. I'd like to give my shout out to my grandma because I just love her. I feel like talking about her keeps her alive. And I felt, and it was like, I thought about, the time after she, did I tell you? Sure I told you that story.
Yes, you sure.
Yeah, after she died, my mother told me about how my grandmother was going through chemotherapy in 1997, 98. And, no, and I didn't even know. I didn't even know. And she would go to chemotherapy and then go to work. Who does that? Who goes to chemotherapy and then goes to work? And it was like so exemplary of her strength. And it was like, it reminded me like you have a choice when you're in pain. Like you can really complain about it or you can just fight through it. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I did complain, right? But I did fight through it. Like that's what I had to, I literally started praying to my grandmother, like, to get me through it. Like I was literally like, I could hear her voice. Like I remembered when she read that poem to me at my graduation, the one I read to you the day before the marathon, and which really felt like that episode of Game of Thrones right before they were about to fight the White Walkers, like the night before. Like that's how I felt before the marathon. I really felt like it was like the calm before the storm, and I thought about that poem she read at my graduation, and I remember the whole theme was "Don't you quit." It's like life is hard as it sometimes is. When things go wrong, and basically when you're at the bottom and you feel like you can't go on, don't you quit. And I that's what kept me going. Like I literally kept hearing her. I visited her like in heaven, and I talked to her face to face, and she kept saying, don't you quit. And it's so weird to share that because it's like I like I don't feel, I'm almost embarrassed to talk about it because on one hand, completing a marathon it's a big deal compared to the general population because most people don't do it. But on the other hand, it's not like I'm a fast marathon runner. I'm not a great runner at all. I didn't do anything special that anybody's going to remember other than finishing, right? But at the same time, for me, that was literally just one of the hardest things I've ever had to do because every fiber in my body was saying, stop. Okay, you've done enough. My God, you've never run 17 miles. I have never run more than 10 or 12 miles at once. Half marathon. I've never run more than 13 miles like in one setting. I've ran 17, but I broke it into two pieces in the same day. And so it was like my grandmother. Like I literally, like I had to grab on anything I could to like just keep me going, and it was also a big deal for me because of where I started, in terms of just like being overweight, and I was so I had high blood pressure and stuff, and I was overweight, and in fact my blood pressure was so high they wouldn't even give me a hey Jonathan, how you doing, Jonathan Valentino, and I remember like the black lady came to my Airbnb in Atlanta to sign me up for another life insurance policy. And basically they said, we can't insure you because your blood pressure is too high, and I'm telling you, man, that was, whew, what did she say?
She said, oh, we can't control what they do. We can only control what we do.
Who's she talking about? The judges?
Something, there was some scandal.
Wow, look at Simone. Here, check this out, y'all. Yeah, so anyway, I guess one thing I can say is before I get out of here, I'll tell you guys, I feel like running for something kind of helps. So the things I ran for, I thought about the things I care about, the things that keep me up at night is I think about all the people that are locked up in prison that everybody seems to forget about, like almost like they're dead. And I want them to know they're not forgotten. So I hope that if you have a loved one who's in prison, you'll like hit them up and just let them know that I mentioned them, that I shout them out. I shouted them out. Two, kids that are neglected, like they don't have anybody that loves them. You got kids out here in the streets. You got kids out here, got one parent, zero parents in foster homes, stuff like that. I run for them because I remember being a kid and feeling very unloved. Not as bad as them, but I remember feeling very alone. And also, as far as black women, I think about black women because I think about the black woman that I got a chance to marry, that I'm going to marry July 11th, and you guys are all invited to the wedding. I'll let you know. I'll give the Eventbrite link where you can go get your ticket for free. You don't have to pay any money, but I need to know who's coming because for security reasons. I feel like black women should be respected and loved and adored, right? And it's not easy all the time. I mean, it ain't easy loving a black man. It ain't easy loving black women. It's hard work, but I think black women should be adored. And that's why I told you guys about the black woman that I love, because I believe black people should aim for black people. I believe it doesn't mean you can't be with anybody else. It just means, why would you put other people in front of the people that are with you, the people that raised you? And then also, for black men, I think the black man belongs on the throne, right? I think that we are the kings. I think we're the greatest. We can't be stopped. We are unbelievable. We are amazing. We are extraordinary. We are the best on earth when we put our minds to anything that we do. So ultimately, I would say at the end of the day, the black man should be on the throne, and it is what it is. So, black man, take your place on the throne, and you will get the throne if you just believe you should be on the throne. And then at that point, you challenge yourself to be as much of a king as you could possibly be, even if you're not perfect. So that's it. That's what it is. That's what I think about when I run. Let me see. Money Green, what's up with Meech? She's going hard on you, bro. I have a lot of people that go hard on me online.
Is she still talking?
I have no idea. I personally think it's very difficult, a little bit contradictory to say that you are fighting for black unity when you're constantly attacking black people. So I think that we got to kind of process that a little bit. So for the sake of black unity, I'm not fighting with no Negroes in 2019. I can only point to the fact that, that many of the people, a few of the people that hate me the most are the people I've helped the most. Like I put money in their pocket when nobody else would. I took care of them when nobody else did. Some of them y'all wouldn't even know about me. Y'all wouldn't even know about them if I hadn't put them on. And I still love sharing my platform, but sometimes that's what happens. Sometimes fame goes to somebody's head and they start feeling like, okay, fuck Boyce. He's, his kindness means he's weak. So I'm going to go and attack him. And so, so loving black people can be very difficult, but I'm not going to stop doing it. So I just wish them the best. I don't have no ill will toward nobody. If I'm going to fight and attack anything, it's going to be white supremacy and racism and oppression. It's not going to be another black person. So I wish people the very best. If they got some shit to say, then keep saying it, keep talking. In fact, actually, when the more people talk about you, actually, the more actually your mystique grows. Believe it or not, like I'm a marketing expert, and I would tell you in marketing, the more people, just for those of you out there who have haters or people that just know when your haters are really fueling your name and spreading your name, they're sharing your name with their audience. And then it makes people say, I wonder what this guy's all about. So it is what it is. It's not even something that I'm even mad about. You get used to it after a while. I wish them the best. And I would still work with any of these people, well, not everybody, but a lot of them I would actually work with them. Some of them, if your energy is a little too volatile, I can't really work with that because I don't know what to do with that. But those who just maybe attack, sometimes people attack you because they want to get your attention. And people like that, I'm like, well, you don't have to fight to get my attention. Like, you got it. Like, how can I help you? And these people literally, I don't just talk. I put my money where my mouth is. So like the Black Agenda Tour and things like that, I put money into that, and I don't regret it. Let's see here. Thank you for your donation, Reptilian Hybrid. That's an interesting name. Does a black business school assist with app development? We don't have any specialists that do app development. We have some people that we're connected to. Like, we have a couple computers, a guy named Samuel and a guy named Castilian, I believe. My brother interviewed both of them. I got to go talk to these brothers, but they have invented incredibly good apps. So they might be, but we're trying to get them on as faculty. We just got to figure out the right process. That run is going to damage your leg, knees, and ankles. I don't disagree with you at all. You're not a spring chicken anymore. Doctor says Money Green. I agree with you. I ain't never been a chicken, and it shows fucking spring. Fanny Wright, so happy for you and Alicia, right behind y'all with my loved one. Good for you. Good luck to you. All right, guys, I got to go. So we're about to go get our Uber. Love you guys. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please hit the share button. Hit the subscribe button. And also hit the notification bell if you haven't done that. Also, we have a list, theblackbusinesslist.com. If you have a black business, right now you can list for free. There will be a fee eventually for listing, but right now there is no fee. If you list now, you won't pay the fee. So feel free to go to theblackbusinesslist.com. That's theblackbusinesslist.com. We'll waive the fee for you to get listed, and you can get listed on this directory, and we're going to make it a searchable database for everybody that wants to look for black-owned businesses. So theblackbusinesslist.com. So take care, guys. Talk to you soon. Love you. Peace.